What's up, everybody? I'm night walking. Yes. This is Billy Keels. What's up, everybody? And like I said, tonight I am night walking. Billy Keels, I'm the guy from Keep On Cash Flow. I'm also the guy, Billy Keels. I love working in the multinational. I really love buying cash flowing assets back in the United States. And I tend to share and help other people do the same. And for whatever reason, the people that I tend to gravitate towards, or we gravitate towards one another, people that are in sales or sales leadership, typically in the IT, pharma, and or telco spaces. So if that's you, you might actually want to stick around, because I tend to help people in those areas, like multinational. I say that it's like working for really big companies. I had somebody ask me that the other day. What does multinational mean? It just means you work for like a big company, like one of those big worldwide brands. Sorry, just gone completely dark. You haven't seen me there. But anyway, the way that I help most of the multinational big company employees that I was talking to you about, doing it in a way that's a little bit, I guess maybe you're not thinking about. I've written an ebook about that, so you can pick that ebook up if you want to. I forgot to put it in the link, and I'm walking on the street once again. So if anyone would be kind enough to write keeponcashflow.com/roadmap, I would really appreciate that. And the other people that I talked about before, big company employees who are looking to get more control over their financial life, and leave us with a couple tips for things that have worked for me in my life. Of course, my results, I can't guarantee your results will be the same. However, at least it will give you a bit of a roadmap. So keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. So I have had something on my mind that I really want to share with you. And I can't even remember now what I named this video, but I want, it's one of the reasons that this channel is to share and learn from one another. Some of my mentors would say share tribal knowledge with one another, and so I feel like I need to do that because, well, when you're going out here and you want to be able to do things like create a legacy for your children to remember you by, or for you to feel good about, or whatever, and you're doing that either by building a business or spending more time with your kids or your spouse or whatever. I guess we all need to remember something that I was just reminded of again the other day, and I'm probably going to do a couple different variants on this conversation because it's really something that I think needs to be shared on this. Especially because the more and more that I talk to people and realize that, I guess the best way to say this is, have you ever, there's this saying that is, my parents tell me this all the time, like if something happens to you once, shame on them. If it happens to you twice, shame on you, especially if it's something that's not a good thing. So I've kind of really gotten specific about where I know that I can help people and how I can help people, and especially as it relates to like the finances or financial stuff, because if it's related to real estate, even better, especially U.S. real estate. But one of the things I want you to remember is that when you're going out to compare returns specifically, not all returns are created equally. Like, it's really difficult to be like, what's that phrase, that saying is like, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. Right? And so I talk to people a lot of times that are enamored. They're watching CNBC, they're watching Fox News or financial networks, and they're saying like, the big thing is, how much money can I earn? Like, how big of a return can I get? I want to do the maximum amount of return, and I don't want to do any work. Well, let me just be really clear and honest with you. Like, it's really difficult to get really nice, big returns if you don't do any work. Like, money it's important, but you'll start to realize pretty quickly that it's not the most important thing when you're trying to get out there and create legacy for yourself, for your family, for others. And I was just reminded of this the other day, so I have to. I'm reminding myself to talk to you because I don't want you to fall into the trap of I want to sound and feel smart and great, and that means I want to get the biggest return possible. Like, it just doesn't work that way, especially if you only have money. And I say you only have money because, yeah, if you were, money is, I didn't used to understand it either, but money is kind of like the easiest part of the equation. I guess we probably talk to people like Mark Zuckerberg or Steve Jobs if you used to hear, they would tell you, like, once you come up with the idea or the concept, then the money will actually find you. So this is a little bit of a rant because I'm talking to people that are interested in getting lots of returns but doing no work. So yeah, just to help remind everybody that money is important, but it's not as important as you probably think, especially when it comes to having really good ideas. So what I would love to help you do is actually make sure that you are building up your knowledge so that you're asking the right questions, so that you're getting the right concepts through to other people when you're speaking to others. So, and specifically, like when we're talking about returns, there's this whole thing about, like, something that is really, if you can remember one thing from this conversation, is there's something called risk-adjusted return. So just because the return is super high, what does that mean? It means that just because the number is really high, you have to think about, like, why is it so high? Like, is it really high for a reason? Because it's unlikely that will happen? Or is it that high because that's just normally what this type of investment vehicle does? Like, as long as you're asking the right questions, you're gonna feel more comfortable actually when you move forward. You're not just chasing behind something because it's the biggest number. Because sometimes it's better to have a smaller number, but you know that the number is gonna keep coming all the time and you're crystal clear on why it's happening. So, and keep in mind, like, I'm a super conservative money person. That probably has a lot to do with it. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. A little bit of a rant, like I said. And so, especially if you're, go back to someone who's looking to do very conservative, boring things, you should probably pick up that ebook that I was talking to you about, because it gives you a roadmap, at least to think about how you can do something similar. Once again, it's free education content just to help you out. So listen, everybody, don't forget to pick up the ebook, by the way. Somebody's probably typed it in already, but just in case, keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. Thanks to you, those of you who are typing that in. And anyway, let me know what you think. Everybody, leave your comments. Think this was okay? Do you think it was terrible? Do you think it was a bunch of hot air? Whatever you want. Leave it to me. Let me know. I'm getting ready to get out of here. This is BK. It's my 2 cents for tonight. And as always, hasta la próxima. Ciao.